それでは次16番目、頌栄女子学院、チーム名がチエムグでいいのかな。プレゼンテーションのタイトルがですね、ABC to make quality education for everyone。どうぞ。
Hi, I'm Renaむぐるま.
And I'm Saえぐさ. And today, we would like to talk about achieving goal number 4 of the SDGs, quality education for everyone. So, what is education? To us, education is a chance to gain knowledge and an insight of a world that we live in, broadening our horizons and obtaining things that are crucial to our lives.
Let me introduce you all a quote. Once you know, the temptation will grow to learn more and more. Your brain wouldn't go on vacation and stay with you for the education and help you achieve your goals. This was written by a very, very wise person. Me. But the truth is that many children are deprived of quality education. I went to an international private school back in South Africa, and we were neighbors with the school where the local children went to. Many of those children had to walk from their houses barefooted while we rode on buses that I took for granted. And some of those children could not afford to eat lunches every day. This experience really hit me with the fact that there's still children with unstable learning environments.
According to the UNESCO Institute of Statistics, 1 in 5 children were out of school in 2016. Not only that, even in developed countries such as Japan, the amount of education a child living in poverty and a child not living in poverty can receive is very different. And these are some of the reasons why we came up with the notion of ABC, to make quality education for everyone. 3 steps that we can all take to make education a reality for everyone. Firstly, A stands for appreciation. Appreciate the education that we can receive.
Be thankful to our country, parents, and teachers. Yes, of course, there are days when we're tired of learning, but never forget our gratefulness towards education.
B stands for belief. Believe in the power of education.
Have belief in the power of education. Do we really know what the power is? Without faith in it, we cannot drive ourselves to make it happen for everyone.
And last, but certainly not least, C stands for cooperation. Cooperate with making education a reality for everyone.
For example, Chiemi has been tutoring English to elementary school children at a place called Benkyou Cafe for free, so that all children, even those that cannot afford to go to an English school, can learn its joys.
I had an experience where a 10-year-old girl from Benkyou Cafe asked me, "What's your dream job in the future?" But I couldn't answer her because I didn't believe that I would be able to achieve it. Then she said to me, "If you don't believe it, you'll never achieve it." And this experience led me to realize that if I didn't believe in the power of education also, I would not be able to achieve my goal of providing education to everyone.
I have been volunteering at the Refugee Helping Center called the AR Japan, where we donate money to refugee children so that they can receive the quality education. And Child Fund Japan, where our school takes care of 3 children with. Also, I became one of the leaders of the volunteer group at my school.
However, we know that cooperation is much easier said than done. And the amount of change we can make sometimes seems too subtle. Can we, high schoolers, actually change anything?
So we interviewed a woman called Miss Sakagami from AAR and asked her a few questions. One of it was, what do you think is the power of students? She answered us by saying that the students volunteering at the AAR have the power to tell, raise awareness, and grow interest, and connect that to the future.
So we found it very grateful to have a chance to volunteer. And by volunteering, we learned many helpful lessons.
But we also thought that the actions we could take and the changes we could make were a little limited. We want to try taking a step forward, taking initiative, and create changes ourselves.
We feel that we want to make bigger changes, which is one reason we are here today. We also asked Ms. Sakagami what her team's goal was, and they said that it was to create an environment where education for everyone can be achieved without the help of NPOs and NGOs. And we believe that this can be achieved by us taking initiative and making change.
By spreading what we have done and our thoughts and ideas, we want to motivate people, including students, so that we can take action. We also want to team up with them so we could create bigger changes together.
So, what are some examples of the things that we can do? For example, I really like making miniature food art with clay. And I thought, maybe I could make use of this interest. And I am sure that there are many people and students out there that share similar interests as me. Like,
I like drawing, and I like making sculptures too.
so we could team up with each other and create a system where, as you can see here, sell our art using our system, and our art will go to the customer. But the profits we make, we will use to help make education a reality for everyone. Our goal is to make cooperating easier and more accessible to everyone, including students like us. Another example of students that teamed up with themselves, took initiative, and made changes are the founders of Benkyo Cafe, the place I volunteer in. Benkyo Cafe is actually not an NPO or NGO. It was, in fact, founded by several high school students. And the good thing is that these two examples are only two of the thousands and millions of things that we could potentially do.
So, how do we achieve all of this? By cooperating. C stands for cooperation, cooperating for education, but it also means cooperating with each other. To recap, we firmly believe that A, appreciating, B, believing in, and C, cooperating for education and with each other will be a big key to achieving the SDGs, goal number 4, a reality.
Thank you for listening.
はい、ありがとうございました。それでは誰が行くかな？はい、どうぞ。
Thank you very much. I agree with all the things that you have said. Now, you did give some concrete examples at the end. Could you give us a few more examples that, I can't make those little things that you make. Are there other things that anybody might be able to do to contribute?
It doesn't have to be miniature art. It could be drawings or sculptures or things that are made out of clay.
And I was also thinking about, because we're having the 2020 Olympics in 2020, we could have students that can give a tour to foreigners of Tokyo and Japan's beautiful sights, and maybe the money that we receive from them, we could donate or use to provide education.
One more, and that is, how are you spreading this to the students in your school?
We haven't been able to do that quite a lot, but she is in the student council, and she has been the one promoting all the Child Fund Japan and the AR. So we have she's been creating posters and making speeches about these
Okay,
kind of
thank you.
はい、クリス先生どうぞ。
So I asked this in the first part. It's very commendable that you want to donate, that you want to create art and sell it and make money and donate for education. But how do you think of sustainability? Because this system relies on you to pay for their education forever. So how would you make it so that they can make it work for themselves?
So first, we want to find people that have the same interest with us and team up with them. And then as we grow older, we can pass that down as they grow older, and we can introduce new people into our group so it can continue and be sustainable.
And we think that by giving the opportunity for them to receive the education, it will help the system become more sustainable as they are provided with the education.
はい、野原先生どうぞ。
Thank you for your presentation. It was really nice. What do you think can be a trigger for young people to start appreciating education?
Well, I think it's first we have to give them a speech about how some people aren't able to get education, and also giving them merits about getting education.
And I also think that by learning with them as well, by maybe learning English with them or just learning with them, we come to appreciate how much we've grown and how much our perception of the world has increased.
Thank you.
はい、ありがとうございました。よろしいですか。はい、お二人に大きな拍手でありがとうございました。AR ジャパンは僕たちの世代だと難民を助ける会っていう名前で、ね、相馬由紀香先生がお作りになった団体ですけど、今は AR ジャパンっていう方が有名なんだね。